Hello there, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for your monthly forecast for the month of May. Just want to go over some things really quick so that you guys know what we're looking at. First of all, this is not a comprehensive look at the whole month. What I am looking at is one theme that you're working on at some point during the month. I'm actually technically looking at one particular life cycle, and we all have several different life cycles that we go through. And usually they will tend to overlap. So you could have a life cycle in love, in work, in family. A life cycle basically just sets us up to either learn something or experience something. And as we learn that lesson or experience that experience, then as we incorporate that into our lives more fully, we come to the end of the life cycle or the fulfillment of the life cycle, and we get ready to graduate on to the next life cycle. So that's what I'm looking at here is a life cycle. I'm looking at the setup, the lesson or the experience, and then the fulfillment of the life cycle as you incorporate that lesson or experience. So, like I said, this is not comprehensive. This is not going to be giving you a heads up of all the major things that are happening for the month, but it will highlight one of the major themes for you. Okay, so let's get on with your monthly reading. Hello there, Pisces. Thank you for stopping by for your monthly tarot insights. I'm just going to just jump right in, actually. Let's see. So what I'm seeing about your environment is that right now, well, first of all, let me tell you, environment is any place where you have energy and effort invested, okay? And so what I'm seeing about your environment is that right now you are very happy with your environment. It is just about exactly the way you would like to have it, all right? So next, what I'm looking at is subconscious leanings. I do feel like there's something that in your subconscious mind you're very excited about. This is some kind of message that your subconscious is working on about moving forward. I think maybe it is that you're waiting to hear some kind of message that allows you to move forward on something you're excited about. Now, this could be a business project, this could be something for work, this could be something for home, or this could be a hobby, could be something about a family or something about a relationship, but it's some kind of news that would have you very excited if it would come in. And so your subconscious is just working on, okay, when are we going to hear? When are we going to hear? What are we going to do when we hear? That type of thing. All right, so the next card that we have talks to me about your learning style and also your communication style. I feel like in regards to this particular life cycle, you just kind of feel um, like you have learned just about all you want to in this area. You don't really feel like digging in for any new information. You're just kind of letting any information just kind of slide by right now. So to me, this would be indicative that you might be in a little bit of denial when it comes to whatever's going on in this life cycle, and we'll see a little bit more of that as we go through. But as far as communication style, I feel like you kind of have a split personality when it comes to communication. I feel like you try to maintain calm, peacefulness as you're communicating with somebody, compassion, but also I do feel that there is some more excited energy too, maybe more upset energy with your communication too. So during this particular life cycle, I think you're going to be trying to stay calm and peaceful about your communication, but there's that upsetness that can't always just be kept in, Pisces. And so that's what I feel is going on with your communication. You're just staying pretty calm most of the time, but then when you lose it, you kind of really, really lose it. Being a water sign, I get that. Although people who are not water signs sometimes are afraid of that. But that's what I see going on for communication for you. Let's see. Next, what we're looking at is work. And this can be one of two things. This can be actually how you make a living, but this can also be that thing that you're doing, that inner work, the character work type stuff. So some of you will get it with financial work, some of you will get it with inner work, and a few of you may even get it overlapping where it actually applies to both. But what we have going on, as far as work goes, I really feel like you're not applying yourself. And this goes either way. I feel like you're just kind of not showing up. You're not being present. So even if you're physically present, I think that you're just distracted. You're thinking about something else. You're not really putting your whole heart into the job. Same thing if you're doing that inner work. I don't feel like you're really into doing that much work right now. You're just kind of like, you know what, I've done about as much work as I can stand. I'm tired. I don't want to sort of shut down whenever it comes to inner work, if it's coming in that way for you. Okay, so then the next part that I'm looking at has to do with that part of your personality that's being grown or expanded right now. And this is really, the word that I'm hearing is assertiveness. This is talking about taking action. And I feel like, well, I know Pisces, I've heard about you guys that you really like to stay away from any kind of confrontation and just avoid it at all costs pretty much. But I feel like where you're being grown or expanded is in taking action and being assertive. So I won't say that I feel like there's literally confrontation going on here, but I will say that you're learning to be a little bit more assertive for yourself than what you have been before, and maybe even assertive for other people on their behalf as well, more so than you would normally, or more so at least than you used to. All right, as far as something that you stand up for, what we have going on is really there's some dysfunction in the relationship, in some relationship in your life. And I think that you feel like this dysfunction that you're going through with this relationship is probably necessary to bring the relationship into some place that's healthier. It's better to have this dysfunction. It's better to stand up and say, hey, we have to look at this and address the dysfunction than it is to just let it slide by. And I feel like that's kind of your stance, is that you want to address the dysfunction. You want to talk about what's going on, that really would be nice if it was improved, and you want to really put that possibility out there that maybe it could be improved, and you don't get to do that unless you bring this up. I think you have other people that are seeing your situation that are coming at you, and they're basically saying, just, it is what it is, just leave it alone, don't say anything, just let it keep flowing. And I think your attitude really is, I've let this keep flowing for years, and nothing changes when I let it keep flowing, but I can't keep going like this. So I think that you're going to be standing up for, basically for disagreeing. Your right to disagree with somebody and say, we have to look at what needs to be made better in our relationship. And this doesn't have to be a romantic relationship, although I feel like it might be for most of you, but for some of you, this is going to be a family relationship or a business relationship too. And I feel like it's a long-standing relationship, like you've been really kind of letting things slide for a long time in this relationship because you don't like confrontation, and to you it was better to have peace than it was to make any confrontation. But what's happened is just gradually more and more stuff has got piled up to where now something just has to give, and you're going to be the only person that can stand up and say, hey, wait a second, something has to give, because nobody else is going to say that if you don't. All right, so that's what we have coming up there. Next, for how people perceive you. People see you, Pisces. Ooh, this is good. I know you guys are very psychic too. Scorpios and Pisces both are very, very psychic signs. And so people see you as somebody who can really dig in and find out things, that you can really be the sleuth. And they may even wonder, how does she know that? Or how does he know that? How did he figure that out? But they see you as somebody who kind of knows all things. They see you as somebody that has eyes in the back of your head. It's an interesting way to be perceived. Life lesson or experience to go through to get through to the end of this life cycle. You do have a huge transformation coming up as the experience. And when I see this type of transformation, we're talking about core values, those things that we learn when we're little by watching our parents, watching our teachers, watching our other family members maybe, and how they deal with life and with situations in life. And we sort of pick up some of those habits by osmosis because we're too young to really question them or think about them. We just know, oh, mom does that. Well, that must be a good idea. She's the grown up. She's in charge. She knows what she's doing. When we're little, we don't see any fault in mom or dad. And so we just pick up what they do, like I said, just kind of like by osmosis. So what's changing is some of those things, or at least one of those things that you sort of picked up by osmosis when you were little. You're starting to realize that that maybe is not the best mindset or the best behavioral habit to have in the situation. Maybe there's a better solution out there, and you're incorporating that better solution into how you handle things. Okay? And so then, what is next? What is next? We're looking at fulfillment of the life cycle after we've got the experience there. I do see a disagreement coming in here, and this disagreement I feel like is with the person that you were kind of defending yourself, that, you know, it's okay if I let this person know that something has to change. I do see some disagreement coming up there. I also see that you've already sort of faced your fears about that disagreement. You've already kind of looked at, okay, what's the worst thing that could happen here? How would I handle that? Oh, there are solutions. I would live through it. It would be okay. So it's not so scary for you to basically to have that confrontation now. You're starting to realize that that would not be the end of the world. And I see that by allowing yourself to be able to actually say what you need to say, this brings you into a really nicely balanced place where you're very comfortable with your emotions, and you're very comfortable expressing your emotions, and you're expressing them in a healthy way, not in a way that that really frightens people because, you know, those people who are not so comfortable expressing their emotions, they get kind of frightened when us water signs actually express, especially if we express in an extreme way. So I see you expressing in a compassionate, calm, cool way what your emotions actually are, in a way that some of the other signs can really deal with how you're portraying yourself and can appreciate the things that you are saying to them or conveying to them. So pretty cool month, actually. You've got a lot of learning coming up, a lot of growing, and it just looks like, you know, not easy, but so well worth it. So well worth it. So anyway, Pisces, thank you so much for stopping by, for hanging out, for sharing, liking, subscribing, and commenting. I do appreciate all of your support so much. Everybody, please have a fantastic month, and I will see you back here the next time. Peace out.